The simmering tensions between Afghanistan and Pakistan have erupted into one of the most significant military confrontations in recent memory, with devastating casualties claimed. But here's where it gets controversial. Afghanistan now asserts it has killed dozens of Pakistani soldiers in what it describes as necessary self-defense. According to an announcement made on Sunday by the Taliban-led government in Kabul, Afghan military forces conducted overnight operations along their shared border, resulting in what they claim are 58 Pakistani soldiers killed and another 30 wounded. The Afghan government spokesman, Zabihullah Mujahid, stated that these actions were a direct response to what Afghanistan views as repeated violations of its sovereignty, including both territorial incursions and unauthorized flights through its airspace. And this is the part most people miss. This escalation didn't happen in a vacuum. Just days before these clashes, Afghan authorities had publicly accused Pakistan of carrying out bombing raids targeting Afghanistan's capital city, Kabul, as well as a marketplace in the country's eastern region. While Pakistan has not officially claimed responsibility for these previous attacks, the timing suggests a rapid deterioration in diplomatic relations between the two neighboring nations. The Taliban government's defense ministry released an official statement early Sunday morning, characterizing their border operations as retaliatory and successful. They further issued a stark warning that their military remains fully prepared to defend the nation's borders and will deliver what they termed a strong response should Pakistan commit what Afghanistan considers further violations of its territorial integrity. Now here's where opinions diverge dramatically. Pakistan's perspective on this conflict is fundamentally different. Pakistani officials consistently argue that their military actions inside Afghanistan specifically target what they describe as militant hideouts operated by the banned Tehrik-e-Taliban Pakistan, TTP group. Islamabad maintains that the TTP uses Afghan territory as a safe haven to plan and launch deadly attacks within Pakistan, an accusation that Kabul vehemently denies. Interestingly, there's been no immediate confirmation from Pakistani authorities regarding the specific casualty numbers claimed by Afghanistan. This information gap raises important questions about the transparency of information coming from both sides of the conflict. The practical consequences of this military escalation became immediately evident when two major border crossings between the countries, Torkham and Chaman, failed to open at their scheduled times on Sunday. These crossings represent crucial trade arteries between Afghanistan and Pakistan, meaning this conflict now carries significant economic consequences for both nations beyond the immediate security concerns. Pakistan's Prime Minister Shehbaz Sharif had already condemned what he characterized as Afghan provocations before the casualty claims emerged, stating that Pakistan's military had not only given a befitting reply to Afghanistan's provocations, but also destroyed several of their posts, forcing them to retreat. This situation has drawn international concern, with Saudi Arabia, which recently entered into a mutual defense pact with Pakistan, issuing a statement calling for restraint, avoidance of escalation, and the adoption of dialogue and wisdom to help de-escalate tensions in the region. Now, let's address the elephant in the room that makes this conflict so intractable. The two countries share a 2,611-kilometer, 1,622-mile border known as the Durand Line, established during British colonial rule. Here's the crucial geopolitical sticking point. Afghanistan has never formally recognized this boundary, considering it an illegitimate colonial imposition, a position that fundamentally undermines any mutual agreement on what actually constitutes territorial violation. So where do you stand on this complex issue? Do Afghanistan's actions represent legitimate self-defense against repeated violations of their sovereignty, or is this a disproportionate response that will only escalate regional instability? Does Pakistan have a legitimate security concern regarding militant groups operating across the border, or are their cross-border operations themselves violations of international law? We're genuinely curious to hear your perspective in the comments below.